Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hardwood Nation podcast with your boy CL Anthony, my man Kobe B, and Michael Franz. What's going on, fellas?
Morning, gentlemen.
You're
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, gentlemen. Glad to be back on
morning.
with y'all.
As always, we got some shit to get into. So I'm going to start with this. Me and Bryce had a long, great talk about this the other day, actually. So earlier this week, Jeff Teague, in an amusing way, stated that LeBron James takes steroids, which has been kind of a cloud over him for a lot of his career. So I asked Bryce this question, which T did go back and say no, but I asked Bryce this question because all of us grew up in the juice baseball era. We grew up with Lance Armstrong and that lie. So my question to Bryce was, well, if it's found out that LeBron James was juicing, and we know other NBA players were too, but I'm just saying, if we found out that LeBron James was taking steroids, how impactful would it be? Because I don't think it would be like Lance Armstrong level divisiveness, but I'm going to throw it to Pat first. How big do you think that would be?
Wow. I wish I had more time to prepare for this, but let's say it'll probably be a major story. I believe so. I think it would be bigger than Lance Armstrong. LeBron is a bigger name, a bigger celebrity, a bigger status than Lance Armstrong. And for a sport that hasn't really been blemished in that way, I think it would be a big story. I definitely do.
Mike, what about you?
I think it'd be huge. For the sake of the argument between, the Michael Jordan, LeBron James debate, that ends everything right there. I feel like he'll end up getting treated like Barry Bonds.
Wow.
But I feel like that it also, I don't know, it kind of puts in perspective, speaking from a LeBron James fan side, of like, I have to accept the fact that if I don't agree that Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame, then I have to agree that LeBron James probably shouldn't be. Throw an asterisk next to his name.
I am shocked by those takes. So I'm telling you,
That's why it's good to get out of your box, bro. You know,
I am. Well, that's why y'all on here. See, that's why y'all on here. So Jeff Teague's timeline was a little off because what he was talking about happened when LeBron returned to Cleveland. It was like his first month or two there, and then he took 2 weeks off and came to Miami for unknown reasons. I have been on the record as saying this, and I know it's true. That whole damn Heat team was juicing, including Dwayne, with all of them. They were. Now, I've said on here before about the ESPN report that came out one afternoon and disappeared 6 hours later. Two of LeBron James's circle members were included in the biogenesis report. LeBron James' wife has had steroids delivered to their house in her name. So it's a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
And this ain't rumors, this is true. There's a lot of smoke surrounding him. So it was funny when Jeff Teague first mentioned it, because like I said, it's nothing we haven't heard before, but to hear another NBA player saying it first, it was kind of funny. Mike, what do you think about all that smoke, man?
I mean, like you said, growing up in the baseball steroid era, it's kind of an interesting position for me because I grew up as a Ken Griffey Jr. fan, and he's been widely said that he's the only one that wasn't juicing during that era. So with the way the steroids was running rampant in the 90s and into the early 2000s, would it surprise me? It wouldn't. It actually surprises me, like in this case, that Ken Griffey Jr. was not ever included in any of those reports or anything like that, because all the superstars during that time were apparently juicing. So what am I to sit here and expect that it didn't leak into other sports? I mean, you're talking about Lance Armstrong, which is arguably the greatest cyclist ever. 7 Tour de France's is crazy.
Yeah.
But he was juicing. You know what I mean? Like that. it's more of a blemish to me than it is something that's going to be super shocking because it was around that time anyway. But LeBron has kept his body in shape and in a position to be able to be taken care of, to where I would say when you start wearing down from steroids, your body starts giving away. And if that were the case, I don't think he would be playing until his early 40s the way that he is at a very high level. Unless he's continuously taking them, which is, I don't know, is he going to be the only one that doesn't get affected injury wise by steroids? That would be kind of a shock to me if that were the case. But I'm trying to make a case in the side to say that I don't think he did steroids. I mean, would it surprise me? No, but I don't think he did.
Pat, you think he's been on the juice before? Forgive me.
No, I think this is a bullshit story. To be honest with you, bro.
Wow.
It's just why would LeBron was his DNA, his genetics determine his physical prowess. I don't believe that he took steroids to get an advantage. He didn't need one. He was born with his. So
I mean, Barry Bonds didn't need one either.
Well,
a lot of those guys.
I'm just saying. So before we move to the next topic, since Mike brought up Griffey, there was a Ken Griffey Jr. used to have a house in Orlando. I don't know if he still does or not. Him, Barry Bonds, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the fucking third player. But there's three black players at Griffey's house. It was said that was the day that Barry Bonds was like, I'm going to start juicing because all these other guys are doing it and getting all the press. And we're great players, but we're not getting the press that Sammy Sosa was getting, Mark McGwire was getting, Jose Canseco was getting. So they said it was that meeting where Barry Bonds was like, I'm going to do it. And Griffey was like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
But I can't remember who the third player was, so forgive me on that. But I just thought that was interesting since you brought up Griffey. Pat, I'm going to throw this next one to you first. I sent you guys that amazing journalistic experience from Pablo Torre, breaking down the Malik Beasley situation. So, Pat,
man,
go ahead and tell me your initial thoughts.
That documentary, well, whatever whatever, that was amazing. The investigative reporting in that. Wow, there's nothing legit in this country, bro. Like,
yeah, don't be surprised, man. Like, don't be surprised. This country was built off of, some griminess. So, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Pat, but yeah, like, I mean, none of this stuff. You follow the money, you get your answers.
I think there are elements of that, but I'm just talking about as far as like this, the behind the scenes, the scandal, all of that. The athletes still have to go out there and perform, so I'm not taking away from that. I know it's big. It's bigger than what I thought it was prior to seeing the video. I will admit that. But Michael Beasley is some bullshit. The Heat, bro. Look how many people from the Heat that were involved in that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy work out here, bro.
Don't do that.
The Heat are trash. The Heat are a trash organization. I'm
gonna let you slide on that.
They do anymore.
I'm gonna let you slide on that.
Wow. They're talking about Duncan Robinson, maybe the next mule or whatever. That shit is crazy. But yeah, Malik Beasley. I didn't know he was the son of actors or
Right. I didn't know that either.
And his grandpa, I love his grandpa.
Dude, he's amazing. Right. Yeah. I was like, what?
It's like he came from a position of privilege and he just squandered his whole everything away. Even his own career. His parents don't even believe in him. So, and then the guy who's snitching on himself on Twitter, like that shit is crazy, bro. It's so much. I'm trying to recall everything I saw, but
it was a lot.
Wow, it's a lot, man. Hopefully it'll get sorted out. But yeah, the Heat are really intertwined with the scandal here.
Mike,
They're
I'm
trash.
gonna mute you, Pat.
The
I'm mute you.
Heat are trash.
So, Mike, what were your thoughts on it?
I mean, I thought that it was a very good report. I mean, in all honesty, I like Pablo Torre. Amongst all those individuals that used to be on ESPN, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
I like Pablo. I respect him. I think some of the craziness that even came out after that, I sent you an article that was about the Terry Rozier situation.
Yeah.
And the fact that there were 30 bets placed in a 46 minutes span on one game.
Before he went to the Heat, by the way.
Right. So, I mean, I wasn't going to call that out either way. I mean, the betting portion is the betting portion. It's going to be across the league. You know, these guys, unless the NBA does something, which, I mean, they're trying to make examples out of these guys.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know. It's we're going to have to start accepting certain things. Like, kind of like throwing it back to the steroid position. A lot of people will just say, hey, just let everybody take steroids. Okay. And that way it's on an even playing field. Some people are going to start saying, well, just let them start betting and do whatever they want. Well, at that point, if you're going to do that, I mean, some of these games they're definitely not going to be legit. So I feel to protect the integrity of the game, the NBA needs to do something like ASAP before this gets any worse.
I don't know if they can though.
That's the hard part. Is what do they do? What do they do?
Yeah, because again, this is something that they catch. This is past events that they catch. They can't catch it in real time.
Exactly.
So we don't know, as Pat said, how big this thing is actually going to get.
Yeah, it's going to get huge.
It's going to get huge more than likely.
So throwing this out to either one of you guys then, how much does that actually impact the position that, let's say, Pete Rose had to take? That man was kept out of the Hall of Fame until he died. Now they decided to start putting him in, or that they're going to put him in the Hall of Fame. He had to die before that happened. That man lived in that position of being baseball's greatest individual hitter without being in the Hall of Fame and having that blemish this whole time. So how does that put that situation type into perspective when you've got a whole league that's doing things?
You want to go? You want to take that one back?
I don't understand the question.
Try to rephrase it, Mike.
So if there's a different way to rephrase it, I was just kind of considering your guys' position for Pete Rose over what's happening now because of what's being exposed.
Are you saying just because the gambling is prevalent, we should look at it differently? Is that what you're saying?
No, how do you guys feel about the Pete Rose situation when we've got a whole league now being exposed, when this was just one individual player?
It was probably more back then, but I think with the weight that Pete Rose had in the league, he was the best one to make an example of at that time.
I always have a difficulty with the gambling part because although you may be betting on yourself, you still have to go out there and hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's not just, I'm going to do this or it's not that simple. It's very complicated, the aspects of the actual performing what you're doing. So even this, taking the steroids, I want to go back to that. Like Barry Bonds needing to take, he still had to hit those fastballs, bro. Like, I don't know how much the steroids really played a role into the performance of actually swinging the bat and connecting to the ball. So I don't know, bro. Like, to me, it doesn't change anything as far as the performance aspect of what happened on the field or on the court. You can say it, you can take a moral stance and say, yeah, that's not a good thing, and it's affecting the game in that way. But the actual performance of the athletes, I don't feel like it takes anything away from that, unless somebody can tell me different. Because you still have to hit those 95-mile-an-hour fastballs. You still have to make that jump shot. So you still have to make that block in those crucial moments. So
Well,
don't
it
know.
gives you a
Different
competitive
opinion
edge
on that.
completely. That's the blemish to it, is that it gives you a competitive edge. And you said something that's 100% correct. Barry Bonds, with the best hand-eye coordination in baseball history, didn't necessarily need to take steroids. He would still be hitting home runs. He may not have hit 700 and however many
Right.
it was, 56.
Right.
But a lot of those were bombs, like into the bay, right, in San Francisco. So you save, a couple of feet. A lot of those are still going to be home runs, period. But what about those ones that just escape the wall, right? Steroids could have definitely been a factor in making those home runs, putting him against it, or not just that, but even then his hitting ability causing more walks. That puts him on base. It's higher base percentage. You're giving a competitive edge across the board, period. If you're talking about LeBron James taking them, that's the difference between LeBron James taking a jump shot and running down the middle of the lane, which is where most of his points came from, because he can just run like a freight train. If he can't do that, he's going to pull it for a jump shot, possibly going to miss it more than he's going to make one of those layups. So you're given a competitive edge, period, which is where the negative side comes from. But do they need it? That's the sad part when you're talking about, no, they don't.
So, and then as far as the gambling part, it's not necessarily based on what they can do. It's based on what they want to do. When you have
Right.
over and unders as far as points or rebounds or assists, they can manipulate that. So yeah, they can go out there and try to disguise it. But if they're calling, or whoever their friends are, whoever their handlers are, if they're going to put money on, and I'm just going to throw a random player out there, let's just say Terry Rozier, on him scoring under 20 points a game, then Rozier's going to go out there and score under 20 points a game to help that circle win those bets. You get what I'm saying, Pat? So it's just like,
that's like insider trading.
Yeah, all of these guys are God-gifted athletes, every one of them. But when it comes to manipulating certain things, they don't necessarily have to be God-given athletes. They just have to focus on manipulating the numbers. Oh, well, let me make sure I stay under 8 rebounds so this bet can hit. You get what I'm saying?
I understand that part.
Okay.
Where my difference of opinion is the great performances, not when you're intentionally trying to not perform well. I'm talking about when you actually perform well. So I don't know. I just have a different opinion on that.
As they keep investigating this stuff, because right now, look, we know LeBron James ain't gonna never go broke. We know KD ain't gonna never go broke. We know that. It's gonna affect the lower level players first, even though they're still millionaires. It's gonna affect them first, so they're the ones that's gonna be the most susceptible to it. Like the Porter boy or Terry Rozier or or Beasley, who apparently blew through all his money, even though he came from money. So it's just like, what?
That's sad.
That's sad. It's so sad.
Yeah. So this next topic, Pat, I'm gonna let you start off too, because I know you had some thoughts on this. We're gonna talk about this Bleacher Report top 100 list. We ain't gonna go through all 100 players though, but
I don't even care no more, bro.
We ain't gonna do that, but because I got something I want to say too. But Pat, go ahead.
I'm not gonna unleash today.
Why not?
Because it's been too long, bro. It's been weeks since this came out. Let's see. I'm gonna take off some people from this top 10. I'm gonna take off Bill Russell. I'm gonna take you off. I'm gonna take off Larry Bird. No, I'm gonna take off Bird. Man. Okay, so I understand, according to Gilbert Arenas, the analytics behind your placement on the list. It's not based on your team's success, although you see Bill Russell there. That is crazy. Most of these players have several MVPs, scoring titles. The individual accolades propel them to their spot on this thing, but there's some contradictions with Wilt Chamberlain. He doesn't have a lot of MVPs that I'm aware of. Correct me if I'm wrong. But multiple MVPs, scoring titles, all-star appearances, uh, All-Star MVPs, Finals MVPs. All of these play a role in your positioning on this list. And if that's the case, Kobe should be top 5. You feel me? At least top 5. My bro was all NBA for a decade in a row, several scoring titles. He was robbed of 2 MVPs that we're clearly aware of. Yeah, he should definitely be over Steph, Larry Bird, Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain. At least those 4. He should be over. Tim Duncan should be top 5. Yeah, this is a fucking joke, bro. And whatever. Fuck you guys. That's how I feel about this fucking list.
Mm-hmm. Mike, what do you think about this top 20 here? I'm trying to figure out why Wade is trending, but I have to click on that.
I mean,
it's probably his son.
I mean, look, we
you said it right, though, son. You said it right. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
We had this conversation a few weeks back, and I mean, I don't know if I would have Bill Russell. I think Bill Russell's only top 5 because of his ring count. So I wouldn't necessarily have Russell that high. But, I mean, as far as Kobe goes, it's right where we talked about, anywhere from 9, 10, and 11.
We didn't talk about shit. That's your
we, as in me and CL did, right? Oh. We had this portion of the conversation when we were talking about top 10s and whatnot, and I have Kobe at 9, right? So, but this is like that's right where we're kind of expecting him to be. So, I mean,
what?
Maybe not you, but I'm saying, like, when you look at it from an outside perspective, take away the fandom portion, it's easy to see that list being it. So I think when you're talking
easy,
Kobe is top 5, that's personal opinion only. That's not based on actual rank.
You don't have nothing to do with his accolades.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because there you want to talk about him not getting an MVP. Yeah, he was robbed of 2, but there was one. What was it? 2000. When did he win it? In 2009?
08.
08. That should have went to LeBron. If you look at the individual statistics, LeBron's been robbed of what, 5, 6 of them possibly. So I mean, in that case, we can talk about who was robbed of MVPs all day, because we can literally talk about the early 2000s where there were Steve Nash should have never got.
What about what he actually accomplished though, instead of what he got robbed of? What about his accomplishments?
I give him credit for accomplishments. I definitely do.
They're not top 5 worthy.
Not for me, no.
Why not?
And this is what we were talking about before when we were talking about Kobe. I think Kobe, a lot of those accolades come from, like, let's talk about the championships. Hey,
no, personal accolades.
Well, you're talking about point scoring,
all defensive teams, all NBA teams, scoring titles, all that stuff.
Right, and a scoring title doesn't necessarily mean anything to me, because it shows you scored a lot of points, but did it convert into wins that whole time? And for Kobe, it wasn't that, unless he had Shaq and Pau Gasol, one or the other. That's when he gets the rings. So you can sit there and throw up. When he had 81 points, where did they finish in the year?
10th?
Yeah, so guess what? Cool stat, bro. Cool stat.
You're diminishing someone scoring 81 points? That's ridiculous.
It was an amazing game. I'm not trying to take anything away from it. But you can't tell me that an 81-point game is something that can turn around and define a whole 20-year NBA career. That was a cool game. That was an exciting game. But you're talking about personal accolades, and you're talking about scoring. Yeah, he was the best bad shot. Right, he was the best bad shot taker in the world ever.
That's an opinion.
That's not a fact. That's a fact.
That's an opinion, not a fact. What's a bad shot to you?
When he has the most missed shots in the NBA in history, and it takes LeBron 6 years to pass it without Kobe taking one shot. That's a horrible efficiency percentage.
The efficiency in the percentage may be a fact, but whether or not it was bad is your opinion.
I don't.
You watch the games and you tell me that those were great shots.
I watched every game.
They weren't great shots. They weren't great shots.
Every shot. If Kobe wasn't on the floor, we would have had no chance.
And that's a fan statement.
So Smush Parker would have took us to the promised land.
Not even saying that. Y'all was going nowhere without Kobe.
So, Thank you.
But it's because
you said this morning.
But it's because of the fact that he took 30, 40, 50 shots a game.
Okay. If I had to looking at this list, and I got another gripe with this list. Real quick, the reason why Wade is trending is because they're still doing the stupid Harden Wade debate. And Dwayne Wade commented and said, I could have had more stats if I didn't care about winning the ring. So, shots fired at James Harden. Okay. I think my take is a little controversial, but I would actually have Kobe in the top 10, and Larry Bird would be out of the top 10. So I would probably flip-flop Larry Bird and Kobe on that list.
Why Bird, though?
Say what?
Why Larry Bird?
Because Kobe is a better all-around player than Larry Bird.
But you can say that about Bill Russell. Like, what? He was just a rebounder and a defensive guy.
I'm cool with Russell because in his era, it was dominated by bigs, so I'm okay with Russell being on there. My issue with this list is so funny because as we know you love Kobe and as we know Mike loves LeBron, I love Dwayne Wade. Okay. And Dwayne Wade was number 23. So when I look at this top 20, I see a couple of players that I think Wade could have replaced them. So I'm going to throw it to Mike first. Kevin Garnett. Do you think Wade could have took that spot? Got it.
No. Hell no.
I can't hear you, Mike.
What?
Mike, I can't hear you. Can you hear us?
No, I can't hear him.
Okay. We might have lost him.
He muted himself. He muted.
No, I'm right here.
There he is. Okay. So again, I think that Dwayne Wade could be at that KG spot. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, because I probably would put him ahead of David Robinson as well.
Pat?
Wow. How many MVPs Dwayne got?
0.
How many titles he got?
1, I believe.
Okay. How many MVPs KG got?
1.
Okay. This list is based on rings. It's part of the equation. But if
it were based on rings, Russell would be number 1.
Correct. So obviously it's not based on rings. It's based on your individual stats. But there's some contradictions in here. And the people who made this list, they're trying to sort it out as they go. But this is some bullshit, bro. Like, Kobe B was a man for 10 fucking years, my guy. Okay? He should be top 5. These other motherfuckers on here, no, sir.
I'm just saying, because I'm okay with Wade being top 25 NBA player. I'm okay with that. But when I see this list, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Because like Mike said, he could even be ahead of David Robinson. We can make the argument that Wade could be ahead of Dirk. Yeah.
What?
David Robinson ain't win shit till Tim Duncan got there.
Exactly.
A lot of
what does that mean? He still won though. Like, why are you diminishing what he won? Because
a lot of playoff failures before Tim Duncan got there was for David Robinson. He couldn't get through Hakeem. Let's just put it. I mean, a lot of people couldn't get through Hakeem.
I know the history, but that's bullshit. What you're saying is bullshit.
No, it's not.
You can't diminish a man's accomplishments because
I'm not diminishing
to win a championship.
Now we're in the same argument, CL. Me and you got the same argument.
I'm not diminishing.
But that shit trash. It don't matter what argument you have. That shit is trash.
I'm not diminishing anyway, and that's why they do these lists so people can sit here and argue about it, and I'm fine with it. Absolutely. I can sit here and say that Dwayne Wade had a better career than David Robinson. I can say that.
How?
3 championship rings. 3 championship rings, 1.
Okay.
Defensively, they're even, but Dwayne Wade is one of the better defensive guards in the history of the NBA. 2.
Defensively, David Robinson is less than Dwayne Wade. Are you serious?
position wise, they're close. Remember, we're talking about a center and a guard.
Yeah.
Do you know how many steals and blocks Dwayne Wade got?
He had a
No.
David's going to get his by default.
I don't know the exact number.
Okay, David's going to get his by default because he's a big. So you're gonna say David Robinson?
No, it's not no default. It's no. You don't get. People don't give you shit. He earned these things.
He's a center.
He earned these things.
Any center is going to have more blocks than the guard. If not, they don't need to be a fucking center and need to be
right. Right, exactly.
That's a nuance that has to be in there. It's a nuance.
That doesn't mean you're going to do it because you're 7 feet.
So
you have to actually perform and do it.
So why wouldn't you have Dwayne Wade in the top 20?
Because he doesn't have the individual accolades as these people have. These people are
what? How many rings does he have compared to Jerry West? And how many times did he go?
Individual accolade. Individual.
I'm saying.
Close your mouth. Individual. Yeah.
I'm saying.
No. He killed about that.
Accolades are there. What are you talking about, bro?
Individually, this man don't have nowhere near. He's nowhere near these guys on here.
Are you serious?
We're not one MVP. We're not one MVP.
Are you serious?
Yeah, where's his MVP?
Are you serious?
Where's his finals? How many finals MVPs?
He actually has one of those.
Okay, but Kobe has.
And what year was that? Like, how many years was he in the NBA for that? CO?
That was his 3rd year.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't determine his position on the list, Michael. What the fuck?
It's the impact that he brought. Like in the 3rd year, he already with Shaq. He did what Kobe wasn't able to do and got a Finals MVP with Shaq.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
Shaq averaged 13 points a game in that Finals run. Dwayne Wade in that NBA Finals averaged damn near 40.
Yeah, and Kobe averaged 29 a game
off of 83 shots.
29 points a game. Yeah.
So let's pivot.
If you take 100 shots, you wouldn't average 2, my guy.
So what are you diminishing? We're talking about those 20 people. We're talking about those 20 people.
But we're talking about you. We're talking about people who diminish the accomplishments.
Let's keep it on the list.
No, bro, for real though. You're diminishing these people's accomplishments because of your personal opinions of them.
No, we're not.
I can say the same thing. You're diminishing Dwayne Wade's accomplishments.
I didn't say
we can have this argument back and forth.
They weren't good. I say they're not better than David Robinson. That's what I said.
So let's talk about Dr. J. Dr. J is always a curious case, and here's why.
His ABA numbers and whatnot too.
I still don't. Sometimes they accept his ABA numbers. Sometimes they don't. Okay. So I'm assuming on this list they're including his ABA numbers, but in most lists they just don't. So we can make the argument that Dr. J could be higher on the list if they included his ABA numbers, championships, MVPs. I look at someone like you mentioned, Jerry West. I'm not going to touch Shaq. I'm not going to touch Tim Duncan. I'm not going to touch Steph. So, Pat, as far as Steph being 10, do you think that's accurate?
I think he should be in the top 10.
Okay.
Absolutely. But I'm saying to you, this list is flawed. It's inconsistent, and it's not consistent at all, and it's very opinion based. Mm-hmm. Because there's no consistency in how they rank the players. Some people have 1 MVP, some people have 4. There's no consistency there. So this list is trash, my guy.
Well, if you were going off of that, you would just have a list of most MVPs, and then you'd see Kareem at the top. You know what I'm saying? Like it's across the board of a whole career. It's not just MVPs. It's the whole thing.
I think I mentioned that several times. It's a number of accolades that they pour into this.
Absolutely, and I agree.
It's inconsistent in how they rank the players with those accolades that they use to rank them. Is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
So Dirk, one MVP, one championship, was with Dallas his whole career. Scored a lot of points. I think he's like top 4 or 5. Do you think Dirk could be higher?
I don't think so. Not with these names here.
You wouldn't put Dirk ahead of KD?
KD?
Mm-hmm.
Woo! That's a good one there, ain't it?
That's
a good one there. Oh man.
Just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. That's a tough one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And also, and here's me being biased, I don't give KD credit for those 2 championships. I just don't.
Thank you.
That's crazy.
I don't either.
That's crazy. Did you watch those games?
I did.
Those are the softest rings and softest Finals MVPs in NBA history.
The only reason why he missed is because he's been the most open he was ever in his whole goddamn career because you're playing on the backs of Steph and Clay.
Wow.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Yes, it's a
100%.
It's a nuance that has to be added into these conversations. He's never been that open before or since.
Yes,
that's not a new contribution to the conversation. I'm just surprised that I'm still hearing it in 2025. That is crazy work, bro. This man, what? Like, bro, y'all watch the games, bro? Did y'all watch the games?
I'm curious if you watched the games or you just.
I just told you he didn't miss a shot. I just told you he didn't miss a shot. But the reason why he didn't miss, the reason why he was so open was because you got to pay attention to Steph and Clay at that time.
Wow. So they left Kevin Durant.
I can say they did. And Mike, forgive me.
Because
LeBron got some of that work too.
Yeah, no, he did.
Because the other players were so much better than him. They left him.
I didn't say that.
It's not about that. It's about the impact to the positions.
What do you mean by that? Clarify that statement.
Okay, so the impact that Steph Curry had, are we sitting here, and even with Klay Thompson, the Splash Brothers, they were 3-point threats and guarding the perimeter the whole damn time. You have to put your best defenders on, smaller defenders on those 2 individuals. You're left for LeBron to play other positions as well. Like that,
but not on Kevin Durant. You don't put your best defender on Kevin Durant.
They did.
Something is going to lack.
Yeah, and Kevin
something
Durant
is going to lack. That's how deep it was. Is that that was just the unfortunate situation. And then if they decided to go ahead and throw a double on to Kevin Durant, guess who else was open? Klay Thompson. It's the way that they have. That's what I'm talking about. The position is the off-ball shit that actually causes other players to be open.
What I'm trying to get y'all to see is that y'all take away from the greatness
we're not.
of this individual by saying the other people drew the attention. Like what he did didn't affect the game at all. That shit is crazy.
So who's a bigger threat? Who's a bigger threat behind the 3-point line? Steph Curry or Kevin Durant?
I don't know. What's your opinion on that?
Steph Curry.
That's hands down Steph Curry, bro. Hands down.
Okay.
So
who's more of a threat on the court? Period. Is it Kevin Durant or Steph Curry?
Steph Curry.
Yeah. If you're talking about 3-point shots, if you're talking about 3-point shots, then yes, absolutely, Steph Curry. Let's not forget Klay Thompson scored 36 points in 1 quarter. So is he a threat? Kevin Durant knew about that as a number 1 fan sitting on the side, losing to the Golden State Warriors.
He's not the primary scorer on the team. That's number 1. Kevin
Doesn't
Durant.
matter.
It does matter because that determines how the defense is going to. That determines how the defense is going to guard you. If you're on the scouting report,
when you need a 3-point shot and you have 2 of the most dangerous guys that are out there in a 3-point league running up a score, those guys become very dangerous no matter who's out there. Kevin Durant was the cherry on top that got them past LeBron.
That's an opinion. That's not fact. That man is a 3-level scorer. He's dangerous from 3, mid-range, and the post. Like what? Like y'all take away from somebody because y'all don't like them or the decision.
No, that's not what we're saying.
The reality is that man is a great player, an MVP, and he was highly impactful for them to win those championships. That's a fact.
Robert Horry was impactful on winning 7 championships, but he's not in this top 20 list.
That's not a fair
nor is he in the Hall of Fame. But he impacted.
That's apples and oranges.
Wait. But he impacted winning.
Right.
He impacted winning
and he has
games. Yes, he did.
And he has.
But he was not the primary scorer on a
Kevin
team.
Durant wasn't the primary scorer.
Okay.
Steph Curry was the primary scorer.
Yeah. Kevin Durant was not the primary scorer.
Every play went through Stephen Curry. You're right.
No, it was because the Cleveland Cavaliers during those two series focused more on these two individuals to stop the 3-point shots and let Kevin Durant have his two when they needed to. When he started catching fire, they moved over, and guess what? It opens up Steph Curry.
That is false. Ain't no way Cleveland focused on Klay Thompson over Kevin Durant. That is not true. That's what y'all feel.
I don't ever want to hear you don't ever watch the games ever again, because I watched the games, obviously, bringing these points up.
That shit y'all be discussing on Twitter, and y'all come to a consensus on. But in reality, nobody's leaving a 7-foot sharpshooter who can perform on the court wide open. That is ridiculous for y'all to say that. What?
By the time LeBron James was switching over to Kevin Durant, it was too late.
Yes.
It was too late.
Yes.
And I also said Kevin Durant didn't miss a shot, which we know he obviously missed shots, but he was making hella buckets, a lot of them at the expense of LeBron James, who was the final defender on him on most of those plays, who was 6'10". Okay, but he didn't get there quick. He didn't get there quick enough, okay, because of all the switches and pick and rolls and things like that. And that's a fact. That is a
Kevin Durant was a major contribution to the Golden State Warriors winning those back-to-back championships.
We didn't say
despite our personal opinions.
We didn't say he wasn't.
Player.
He was like you said, he was a great contributor. As Bryce says, he's the greatest role player of all time.
Yes,
I agree. Opinion. That's an opinion as well.
Everything you say is an opinion.
That shit is trash, bro. The culture of diminishing these great players, bro. Y'all gotta.
Nobody is diminishing anybody on here. It's the understanding of why. It's the understanding of why things happen.
I don't think you had a full understanding, sir. You're just giving feelings. You're not giving the.
No, I'm not giving feelings at all.
Way.
It's the opposite, bruh.
There's no way.
You're giving the fan perspective, not me.
There's no way a coach is going to leave Kevin Durant wide open.
When you have
that is crazy. That is crazy.
When you have when that's the cards that you've been dealt, that was the situation that Cleveland had to deal with. Was, oh my gosh, now we have 3 primary scorers on a team instead of 2. What do we do then? Something has got to give. Like, that's why when he moved over to Golden State, it was like, well, just give them the rings now, because you've got these 3 scorers that can score at will.
Just give them the rings. Did you hear what you just said? Just give them the rings.
It's hard to game plan against. It's very hard.
What?
Yes.
No, I'm not disputing that it was hard to game plan against Golden State. Yes. But they didn't. Nothing.
That's what we're talking about. You're talking about diminishing, and we're talking about game planning against them. Something is gonna give.
Word salad. Let's stay on topic. Y'all taking away from these guys.
No,
role player, the best role player of all time. You're talking shit about him.
What has he done outside of Golden State when he hitched a ride to their wagon? What has KD done in the league that was of any importance?
That's not diminishing him by saying hitching a ride to their wagon.
Yes,
but that's what he did.
No, they went and got him.
He joined the 73-9 team. 73-9.
They asked him to. They went and got him.
Pat, answer this question though. What has he done of any significance outside of Golden State?
Any MVPs?
Think about that. No.
He got 1 MVP.
How many MVPs Steph Curry got since then?
Hell, I don't remember.
Okay. Basketball is a team sport. It's not an individual sport.
Kevin Durant got 1 MVP, and the one time he went to the finals, before that he got blasted. So he's done nothing significant outside of Golden State. Hell, We could talk about scoring points. Vince Carter scored a lot of fucking points. Where he at on this list? You get what I'm talking about? T-Mac scored a lot of points.
Bro.
Look, T-Mac scored a lot of points. Won the scoring title. Where is he at on this list?
Karl Malone scored a lot of points. Where's he at?
It's not just about scoring points. We discussed.
But that's what we're talking about, impact. So what has Kevin Durant done outside of points and that one MVP in Golden State? I'm sorry. And OKC, where people felt sorry for him and gave it to him.
What about his impact prior to those years? Are we including that? Or are we taking that away?
What was the impact?
There was none.
MVPs, scoring titles.
He got one, and CL just mentioned it.
Oh, that wasn't too good. An MVP. I mean, that's pretty significant.
A lot of playoff failures too.
A lot.
Okay. What is it? Diminishing once again. Y'all taking away from greatness.
I feel like the diminishing portion is an excuse when you get caught up because these aren't rebuttals.
What?
These aren't rebuttals. You haven't been able to rebuttal
what I'm trying to point out.
You haven't been able to rebuttal what impact he's had outside of scoring since Golden State. It's nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Kevin Durant hasn't had an impact on the league.
No.
Outside of scoring. Winning.
He did in Phoenix. He didn't win Phoenix.
Here?
He didn't win in Brooklyn.
He didn't win?
No.
He didn't win 2 rings back to back and went to a third finals.
We're talking about since Golden State to make your point.
What about before? What about my point is? What about
before was nothing too except for one MVP. They got smashed.
He didn't lead a young team to the finals.
They
got smashed.
Did he lead them to the finals?
And they got smashed. It was a failure.
Did he lead them to that's winning? Winning.
No, it's losing.
So if you got to,
he had to win games.
If you're gonna say that, then LeBron needs to be number one because going to the finals and losing is still winning.
That's apples and fucking oranges.
No, it's not. That's exactly what you just said.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Right. It is not the same thing.
So are you okay, Pat, with KD being 13 on this list?
Hell no.
Pat.
I told you earlier, I don't like this list. It's inconsistent.
So where would you put KD at on if you were to do a top 20 list? Where would you have theoretically? Where would you have KD at? Man, would he be in the top 20?
I need more time to think about that. I can't just off the top of my head do that.
Got it. He would probably be in my top 20, but I wouldn't have him at 13.
Okay.
Mike?
I don't even know if I could even put him in my top 20. If he is, it's 19 or 20.
Got it. So the last player we're going to talk about before we go is Jokic. Pat went first last time. Mike, you go first this time. You okay with Jokic being at 17?
No, I'm not.
Where do you think he would be at?
Considering that he has 3 MVPs, he only has the 1 ring itself.
Mm.
There's one successful full season in that case, right? So if that's what we're going to talk about here, so you got 1. I mean, Dirk is he's right there near Dirk, but I can't put him at 17 yet. It's still too early for me until I see more from him. Like they've had the opportunities to get up there. They've had the opportunities to win, and they've lost. And they're a threat during the regular season. They're a great regular season team, but when they get in the playoffs, it's iffy. It's a whole new season when you get to the playoffs. So I don't know if they adjust very well as far as the team goes, but outside of the 3 MVPs and as many triple doubles as he has, those are accolades that are definitely going to get you up there. But it's just too early for me right now.
Pat, as far as Jokic at 17, what do you think?
I think that's a decent spot for him, especially what he's accomplished in his short amount of time. 3 MVPs is not something you could just dismiss, bro. Mm-hmm. So, and if you're comparing it to the rest of the people in the top 20, he definitely belongs there for sure. Mm-hmm. The amount of time that he played is actually in his benefit because he got 3 MVPs already. So, I think that's a great place for him to be amongst this. And I hate Joker. Fuck Joker. So my personal opinion on that is nowhere in there. But what he has accomplished in this league, he definitely belongs somewhere in the top 20 for sure. For sure.
It's just, like I see Dream at 12. I think Dream could be higher. Oscar Robertson, I think he got one ring, I know. A lot of triple doubles.
Kareem.
I'm cool with him.
Thank you, Kareem, for that one. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
rookie Kareem.
Hell, it was Lou Alcindor then, wasn't it? Yeah. Kareem at 3, I can't complain. Magic at 4, I can't complain. Shaq
Bill Russell gotta go.
I just can't.
Bill Russell gotta go.
I can't. I like Shaq and Duncan being neck and neck because their careers, they just battled each other their whole careers. To me, the weakest player on this list.
Go say it. Number 13. Look at it. Watch.
This is Larry Bird.
Are you? Oh my God!
Yeah. He.
The weakest person on the whole list?
On this top 20 right here, yeah.
Over KD?
Yeah. I think it's Larry Bird. Yeah. And I've watched highlights and clips and old games and shit of Bird playing. Larry Bird has never impressed me as a player.
That's because he didn't have an impressive game. It was just
right. Talent
way. Yeah.
Leadership, he was a great leader, all that good stuff. All the intangibles he was great at. Talent-wise.
What the fuck? Yeah. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Talent-wise, I think he's the weakest on this list. Yeah, absolutely. So, Pat, if you had to pick your weakest person on this list, who would it be?
I'm gonna pick Bill Russell. That's what I'm gonna pick.
Mike,
how many points this man averaged? 2. Trash.
He averaged like
6-10
points. He averaged like 12 points, some shit like that.
So the fact that he beat Wilt as many times as he did the human video game, that doesn't.
He didn't beat Wilt. Wilt was dropping 50 points a game.
And who got the ring?
The Celtics were winning, not Bill Russell.
Hey, he still did what he did in those series. Wilt did not perform well in those series.
Yeah, but he still was dropping 50 a game
in the regular season.
Bill Russell didn't beat Wilt Chamberlain.
Bill Russell was the best opponent to Wilt Chamberlain.
I agree. That's the truest thing you said in this last 2 minutes here. Yes.
So my softest player is KD, hands down. On this list, KD, hands down.
This is fucking fantastic.
I'll say something that diminishes his rings is that they are the softest rings in the NBA history. So yeah, I will admit that I'll take the diminishing portion on that side.
I want to say something. Opinions like that, lame as hell.
Hey, call it what you want. Call it what you want. I don't give a shit.
MVP.
It's still my opinion.
MVP of the league. 6'11", 7 foot.
That's funny how
that shit is crazy.
I respect your opinion the whole time. But yeah, my opinion
I'm never gonna respect people diminishing or taking away from the greatness. I'm never gonna respect that.
So why would you take Russell off the list?
Because he wasn't as great as the rest of these people on this list.
Got it. Okay. This is great. We're gonna wrap it up.
I'm gonna say he wasn't good. He wasn't as great as these people on this list.
I hate that Bryce had to miss this.
Shout out to Jay Havlicek. Shout out to rest of them guys. I forget their names.
Come on, you can't think of the names. Come on, bro.
Fuck Boston.
Well, yeah, it's always fuck Boston. I will say this. I'll give you guys a chuckle. The 93rd player on this list was Jason Tatum, so that kind of made me chuckle a little bit. So
wow, he's already top 100.
Yeah. Wow. So with that said, we're gonna wrap it up for this week's episode of the Hardwood Nation podcast. Please like and subscribe to our content. Drop comments below. We always respond. Everyone stay safe. We are out.